Hi, thanks so much for joining me for my April and May favorites. I had to go back and check that I had actually not done April favorites, and I have not. So this is April and May. And in addition to makeup products, I have some fashion this month. But let's start with nails because I always feel like I forget to talk about them, but I use the same things every time. But I have added the base coat to this whole routine. So these are the Hermes nail polishes. We've got the base coat. I really like it. It does set really nicely. It doesn't stay soft like some of the other base products I've tried before have done. They never really hardened enough. So I've got that on. It allows me to add just one layer of this, which is 01 Rose Porcelaine, their most sold out color. It's really hard to find, but usually I can find it on one site, so I'll leave that information for you here. And then we have the top coat. So I love this combination. It's the one I wear all the time, and it lasts for a good week. Also, I do want to mention, since it's sandal season, this is the color I wear on my toes. This is number 66, Rouge Piment. So it's a really pretty red color. So I love these, all of these. For as long as I've had them, they're the only nail polishes I wear on my hands and on my feet. Sometimes I'll wear the Rouge Piment on my nails, but not very frequently. I wanted to mention there's a lotion because I need to add some lotion to my hands. And this actually, I talked about this in my vlog. I love the shade of this bottle. This is from Rare Beauty. I shared this lotion with my husband and also a friend of ours who's not really into beauty products. They don't know that much about beauty products, but what he did say, first of all, this is kind of like it's not very feminine or masculine, it's kind of down the middle, so I feel like it reminds me of one of those lotions that you find in like a luxury hotel, that kind of fragrance. It really reminds me of something I've tried at a luxury resort. And the fragrance is really clean. And one piece of really interesting feedback I got about this lotion was that when our friend went to go hold the glass, it didn't leave fingerprints. So they really liked that it absorbed nicely, which is what I love about lotion too. So if you wanted to try it, it's really nice. Okay, on to products that I have on my face. So it's summer. Well, it's not summer, but it feels like summer. It's getting warmer for sure. So I do wear this on the daily. So this is my daily makeup. I'll do an everyday makeup routine if you'd like, but I have a lot of SPF on my skin during the day, every day. This is Odacite SPF 50 Mineral Drops Tinted Sunscreen, and I have mine in 2.5. It's UVA, UVB, PA+++++. Also has niacinamide and green tea. So this can have the potential to look like it has a white cast. I need to try 3.0, I think, also. But it's really comfortable on the skin, so I'm continuing to use it. I actually get compliments though when I'm on FaceTime that my skin looks really nice when I'm wearing this. So they don't say I have a white cast on FaceTime, but in real life, my husband said my makeup looked a little light. So it just depends on the lighting and the situation. So I will go in with this even though people say don't use your bronzer to darken your makeup. I do. So this is what I use. I use this as a bronzer today though. This is by Dior. So it's very close to my skin tone, which is why it doesn't look off when I do that. It just kind of restores the color back to what it actually is with this SPF product. This is the Dior Forever Nude Bronzer in 02 Light. So it has a little bit of a glow, very subtle glow to it. I have it on, like I said, perimeter of my face today. You can see how much I've used it. Really like this. I like it almost as much as the Hermes bronzer. So if you like the Hermes bronzer in 02 Atlas, or you wanted something smaller because do I have it close by? The 02 Atlas is like a larger pan. So if you want something more compact, that's really nice too. Also, for these warmer months, I go really sheer with my makeup as much as I possibly can. So for evenings or something really natural, I actually have 3 options I've been pulling for. One of the things that are my go-to for evening events or very, very natural makeup are these Chantecaille products. We have here the Sheer Glow Bronze Face Tint and also the Sheer Glow Gold Face Tint. I actually like this gold face tint on its own, so something really sheer. But if I want to add a little bit more color, I can mix this bronze one in with it, as well as use this by itself. So this one has more of a filtering effect, the bronze one on me, and then this one has like a brightening effect. So I really like that. It feels like skincare, sets really nicely, looks natural, feels natural. So that's another key. Really like natural feeling products when it's very warm. I also have been using this, which is new to me. So this falls under that category of very natural, sheer, just your skin but better kind of makeup. And this is the Jones Road Just Enough Tinted Moisturizer. It's in medium. I've demoed this in a recent video. It's not what I have on today, but it's really lovely, very comfortable, feels like skincare. And this is the shade medium. Works really well for me. BD41 is my ideal shade in Chanel. I was gonna say fragrance, in Chanel foundations. So if you are BD41 or around that area, medium is a very nice shade. What I do have on today though is this. This is by Chanel. It's the Le Beige Healthy Glow. And I love this. This is the Water Fresh tint. It's sheer, it's encapsulated powder, it sets itself. It's really lovely in these warmer months. Has a glow to it, but it sets nicely as well. So if you want a lovely skin-like, very healthy looking glow, not sparkly, but it's the texture of the finish that makes it look very healthy, I would go with something like this because it's a really, you'll see when I apply it, I go up close to the camera, you can see it on my skin. One of my most repurchased products. So I have mine in medium plus. I also have medium, which is nice, and sometimes I'll combine the two, or I'll put medium in the center and then medium plus all over the rest of the face. Since I go really sheer with the base layer, I like to do some really strategic concealing because, as you know, my skin is not perfect in terms of evenness, but under the eye area, I can get a little bit of darkness, not so much puffiness unless I've had a lot of salt. But this is a new to me product. It's Coleen Rothschild Illuminating Tinted Eye Cream. So I applied that first in the Get Ready With Me that I'll post next, probably next week. You'll be able to see this as I apply it and what a difference it makes. It just brightens that area, looks really natural, illuminates it a little, it doesn't look artificial. So I love this. And then on top of that, I applied a little bit of another more sheer concealer. This is Chantecaille's Camoflauge Stylo in 4C, nothing new here, but I just applied it right here in that darkest area. So very, very light concealing. So in person, it looks very natural. However, I do need a bit more concealing right on the exterior, like more heavy duty, more opaque concealing, as well as on the dark spots. So then I went in with my trusty Clé de Peau concealer. I think it's made an appearance ever since I started this channel. This is in Honey, and I applied it to my dark spots, exterior corners here, right under the chin, right on the upper lip area, just anywhere I have darkness or need a little bit more evening out. Other than that, I don't have any concealer anywhere else on my face. So I love strategic concealing because it makes the skin look really natural and doesn't look makeup-y. Of course, if I didn't have to conceal, that'd be even better, but that's not where I am. I need a little bit of concealing. I went ahead and I powdered with something really natural. I love a natural finish. I love a very delicate powder that will do the job, and that is the Clé de Peau powder. Again, nothing new here. I've tried this under the eye. Someone was curious about that, and then I applied it to my face. It's a very lightweight, very natural. It's a translucent powder. It doesn't look like it would be translucent on me, but it is. It's really lovely, so I've got that on. That's the only powder I applied today. Although, still love the Hourglass in Dim Light. Okay, so it's right here. Still, this is a go-to. Like, I still love this. So it's a very much a go-to, but I did not apply it today. There's still nothing to compete with that, and there's still nothing that can compete with this, Chantecaille's Perfect Blur Powder. So if I wanted something a little bit more perfected, then I would go in with this. Still love those powders. For brows, I went in with two brow products. I love this combination. So we've got here the Victoria Beckham Baby Blade. I've got taupe all over the brow, and then I've got dark brown from about here until the end. And I love how these work together. They provide a little bit more dimension, so I don't just have one color going all the way across. Looks a bit more natural. And then I've still been using this, although I think it's almost over. I think it's almost done. It's the Hourglass Arch, and this one is in Soft Brunette, so I have that in there. It's a little bit softer hold than I would like, but it works because I still am waiting for Jones Road to come back with their Light Brunette Brow Gel, which is my favorite. Really easy eye today, so if you like this eye, it's only two products, and I didn't use any brushes. But of course, before that though, I did prep my eyes with Trench by Victoria Beckham. Makes such a huge difference right under there, even though I added another product right on top of that. Still just kind of like part of the base routine. And then I also went in with Sweed and the inner waterline just to brighten. So if I ever have any redness or anything like that, those two products come in really handy no matter what look I'm doing. I use that to just even everything out. Eyes, this is really fun because it was fast, it was easy, it looks really lovely. And this is the, hopefully it's back in stock because it went out of stock. It's new. It's by Chanel. It's the eyeshadow liner Kohl in Taupe Fume, number 58. So I had talked about this in the, I think it was a previous video at this point, where I just used it as a liner. So today I did what I wanted to do with it. I was contemplating at the end, but decided to save that for a different video. I did that today. So I went all over the lid with this for a more smoky eye. Of course you can go much smokier than this, but this is a very realistic way that I would wear makeup. So going right along the lash line all the way up the entire lid, and then just smudging out with my clean fingertips there. And then I went in with a lighter, more glowy shade, and I really like this Victoria Beckham. I did think about Brunette, but it's got a little bit too much shimmer for what I wanted to do today. So I took this by Victoria Beckham, which is so funny. I keep pulling for this, not as an entire palette, but for certain things. So this shade right here, I just took that on my clean hands and then I patted onto the center of the lids, and that's really it. And then I took Taupe Fume number 58, the one I used on my lid, and I dotted it across the lower lash line, and that was it. And then I added mascara. Now this is something new you haven't seen before. Actually, so is the Chanel. This mascara, which if you have not been here for my vlog or the previous video, this is a new to me company, Tint. So this has an interesting shape because it's ergonomically created. So if it's a challenge to open cosmetic products like mascara, like lip products, this is a much easier way to access the makeup. This formula is really beautiful too. So I got lift, separation, volume, all of those things I love quickly, and no clumping, no flaking. I've been testing this out for a couple of weeks now. It's really nice. So this is 2 coats of mascara here. So I definitely would recommend this if you were interested in it. Rare that I would like a mascara. I mostly don't like mascaras, but this one is really lovely. I also went in with their lip product to hydrate before I started. So again, a very similar shape, very ergonomic. This one is in Day Date right here. So it's like a light pink color. And then I also have another one. I don't know what happened to it, but I believe it's the one I applied with no, here it is, with no color. This one is in Original Clear. So you have this, and then these again can be removed, and you can keep this and replace this part right here, so you keep the packaging, the exterior packaging. Very happy to bring this brand to you if you're interested. So I used this recently, this palette in Golden. I figured out how to use this. So if you have it and you are not getting along with it, I think what happened in that video for me is I was trying to add too much color. This works really well with a sheer wash of color. Even this shade someone said was problematic, which I agree, just potentially problematic. But this sheared out as a very thin layer, and this also is a very thin layer, and then adding this works really nicely for me. So maybe I'll show that to you in another video or maybe a vlog, but that's how I've been wearing this. So I thought I would have completely abandoned this palette because of, I don't know, it was outside of my comfort zone, but I did see that it did brighten my face. That was some of the comments said that it brightened the overall complexion, which I agree with. So started to experiment a little bit. So if you have this, maybe try these in a very sheer layer. And I also really enjoyed this. Where is it? And I'm trying to find it. I will swatch it for you. Is the cream blush in number 20. So it looks like it's like a tan shade. It's not actually tan. It's got like a very light apricot, antique rosy tone to it. It's a really pretty, almost a no blush blush. So if you are not a fan of blush, but you want to try a blush out, I think this one's really nice. It doesn't have a glossiness to it like I thought it would. That actually makes sense because their balms are in a different category than the cheek color. They're cream cheek colors. So I don't know why in my mind I thought it was going to be glossy, but it's not. It's very lovely, and it works on top of my dark spots here. It doesn't really move concealer around like I thought it would either. So it is really pretty. So I definitely want to try a different approach to that whole look at some point. Oh, here it is. Yeah, looks brown. So hopefully I'll have shown the swatch to you and you can see that it doesn't look like this in the swatch. It's really lovely. I have on this one 72. So this is newer to me and a newer formulation. So they updated these and I had tried the previous version. I mean, it's very nice. I don't really see that much of a difference between the one I had before and now. I have to test them side by side. But what I do love is I love their blushes. So it's really pretty. You can see it still has a, it's not like a matte that just absorbs the light. It's very natural looking on the skin. Really pretty blush. So if you're looking for something that's on the cooler side, doesn't have shimmer in it, this one is really pretty. I do want to talk about my fashion favorites because I've landed on a few favorite brands. Of course, I love Chanel. Anything pre-owned Chanel I will look at, especially their jackets. I love their jackets. But for everyday clothing, I love Vuori. So you're going to see a lot of that. All of the things I have purchased that I've been loving. Frank and Eileen is another brand that I really enjoy. Then we have Buck Mason. That is a new to me brand, but I am quickly a fan. This is by Buck Mason. I have made 2 orders since I received the PR from them. So I have spent my own money on several of their other items that I really wanted to try. I will talk about those in an upcoming vlog. I'll unbox and try them on for you, or actually let me list some below and maybe you can get a preview here of some of them. Maybe I'll do that. And then Jenny Kane is another favorite brand, and Neely Loton. So those are like my top brands right now. And I'll just go ahead and show you a few of my favorites that I've really been loving. Starting with what might be my favorite piece, I love a good cardigan, and this one is elevated. It's got great styling, really soft fabric, and great for cooler evenings. We've got a scoop neck top and some leggings. They're very elongating and very soft. So if you're looking for comfort and a little bit of style, I've got this in black with a zip hoodie that's also equally as soft. We also have this pair of pants, which is styled just like a pant, but has a very soft drape to it. And I have another matching set, a hoodie and some joggers. These are very soft and lightweight. So if you're looking for something a little bit more geared towards the summer, this one's lovely. We have here a striped top. I really enjoy the boxy cut of this. It looks great with these Jenny Kane sweats. Another versatile piece, and I have it pieced with the softest t-shirt in a beautiful blue color. Love Frank and Eileen, and this dress is perfect. It's got a V-neck shape to it, and also if you take a look at the length of the sleeves, perfect. And I also like that the length is long enough for someone like me who's a little bit taller at 5'7", very flattering. We have here a pair of shorts by Vuori, and it's elastic, and I love that. Very comfortable, a nice wide band on it. Pockets, again, very lightweight and versatile. Okay, on to lip products. I tried on so many lip products in that last video, and I'm so happy to have this Spark Back in My Life by Victoria Beckham. Really perfect Your Lips a Bit Better color for me. And then I know that I've tried one, maybe it was like Colette or something like that in this one, but I really like this one. This one is in Fleur. This is what I remember from the last time I tried one of these products, is this noise. So I guess it's inherent in this product, which is funny because the lip, this does not do that. Yeah, this one doesn't make that noise, so I don't know. So this one has also been really nice to start my day off with and just add a little bit of color. So yeah, so then it doesn't wind down. That's what I remember, it doesn't wind down. But they gifted me these things, so if you want to see all of these lip products from Victoria Beckham, these are really lovely. I really enjoyed all the pencils. Oh, the fragrance that I've been loving. This is a highly complimented fragrance when I wear it Jersey. It has a lovely lavender note in it. And it's unique, so anyone who has smelled this fragrance on me has really, really lovely things to say about it. They ask what it is, they say it smells really clean, and that it's different than other fragrances out there. So if you are looking for something with a little bit of a lavender note, not too flowery, very sophisticated, then Jersey might be really interesting for you to try out. By the way, if you've not tuned into my series where I do a makeup inspired look with my Les Exclusive fragrances, make sure to subscribe because I do that, try to do that once a month. I'm thinking of one that is really appropriate for this time of the year. A lot of people wear this for their weddings, so that might be the next one coming up. And then for lip, I have this on. So I really liked this. So this is, yes, very different than Endless Pink. Thank you for letting me know which one it was, because when I posted this original unboxing, you knew right away which one I loved, Endless Pink, which never came back. This is 186 Pink Nude. So if you're looking for something like this that's lighter. So again, the challenge for my coloring is that I have a lot of color to my lips. So if I want to go lighter, it's really difficult because my my natural lip color will show through and influence that color. This is the only product that can kind of override my natural color and then get a lighter lip going. So I really liked this. It has enough color. It's not something that's not flattering. It's really pretty and really comfortable. So on the daily, I go in with this in a very light wash of color. And if you're wondering what I did to style my hair, I actually didn't do that much. I worked out earlier today and had my hair in a bun. And without washing it, I was able to go in with the Dyson and do some barrel curls, really quick curls with it, and smooth it out. So that's why I love that product so much. I actually did my bangs too with the Dyson. So if you want to see that, let me know. I can show you in a vlog how I style my bangs with the Dyson, because it never occurred to me that I could do that. I have figured out how to do the bangs without a hairdryer and a round brush and just the Dyson Air Wrap. But that is it for my favorites. Like I said, if you have not subscribed or don't tune into my vlogs, I have so many lovely products that are sent to me that I unbox, tell you a little about them, and we're starting to get some really nice fashion pieces in as well. So if you're interested in that, please tune into those vlogs, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And let us know what you have been loving for the last couple of months. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other. Stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. And it's, oh yeah, I dotted it along, so I dotted it, oh I didn't need to, and then I took that same number 58 Brun Fume, did I say Brun Taupe? This is Brun Fume, no it's not, this is Taupe Fume. So I took Taupe Fume